Mara first realized something was different the day her doctor in Boston frowned at the calendar. 40 weeks is normal, the doctor said gently. But this is unusual. Unusual became miraculous. Miraculous became whispered about. Months passed. Then a year. Then 2. Mara's belly had swelled in the ordinary way at first, round and hopeful. She painted the spare room yellow. She folded tiny socks. She learned lullabies her own mother used to hum. But the baby never came. The doctors ran tests. Machines hummed. Specialists from as far away as Zurich reviewed her scans. Everything looked normal. The child had a heartbeat, slow and steady like a distant drum. The child shifted sometimes a gentle tide beneath her ribs. But labor never began. By the 2nd year, people stopped asking for updates. By the 3rd, they stopped meeting her eyes. Mara stopped buying baby clothes. She stopped explaining. Instead, she began to listen. Late at night, when the world narrowed to the ticking clock and the rhythm inside her, she would place both hands on her stomach and whisper, "Why are you waiting?" And in the quiet, so faint she thought it might be imagination, she felt an answer. Not in words, but in feeling. Not yet. Seasons turned. Snow crusted the windows, melted, returned. Mara grew patient in a way she had never known was possible. She read books aloud to the unmoving air. She walked through parks in autumn and described the color of the leaves. She told the child about grief and fear and how love can stretch without breaking. On the morning of the 3rd anniversary of the day she learned she was pregnant, Mara woke to silence. No steady drum. No tide. Her hands trembled as she waited for panic, but none came. Instead, she felt something unfold inside her. Not pain, not loss. Something like a door opening. The doctors would later tell her there was no sign she had ever been pregnant at all, but Mara knew better. For 3 years she had carried not a child of flesh, but a becoming. In that long waiting, something inside her had grown bones and breath, a courage she'd never possessed, a depth that did not fear empty rooms, a love that did not depend on arrival. She moved away from Boston that spring. She left the yellow room behind. When people asked if she had children, she would pause and smile softly. Yes, she would say, just not in the way you think. And somewhere in the quiet space beneath her ribs, she still felt that patient, steady drum, no longer waiting to be born, but alive.